found these items. There were more, but this is as much as I can show. Your note from today, called Notes on Understanding Expansion of Self and Conscious Awakening, says, I am great. Any so-called bad things in my life are being reciprocated and perceived in the best ways I can, to illuminate the darkness from within. And you know what? A instant can change your whole life and free your heart. I'm never worried about time or the lack of anything anymore. I had to let God and myself fix my life together as one. I realized we are all trinities. And people like Jesus are just huge. A reminder that we are also trinities in God's image. And that we can't separate from God's unconditional, steadfast love in abundance. And that we cannot separate from our sins either. That's a 3-in-1. That darkness illuminated from within is so beautiful and the reason we are created. To experience emotion and consciousness through human eyes while being divine. And learning what it means to be human. And since the day Eden fell, humanity has prayed for restoration. You start by restoring your full self in your vessel. And helping others through the overflow. Try not to use all your energy helping others not sink and get above water, so your overflow source love can help them grow and be abundant from within. So we can as a collective repair it into the day's ways of old. Belief and lack of anything is a paradigm of matrices. That will draw you away from God and seem to be true integrity to God. With devotion and trust is God's matrix of abundance, bliss and life. There is no overdose on life when you choose life. You were created in the image of the divine. You are a fragment of the divine creator. In other words, you can't separate from God's love. It is a part of you. Turn to the darkest parts of you right now and tell yourself that you are here for that part of you also, and show that dark love to heal from within. God has already forgiven you and so can you. And this is God's salvation and healing power through man. Jesus said, your faith healed you, not himself but faith. And through his who embody God and the Spirit. And the healed person's acceptance of God in their heart. And let the feeling resonate with healing and open your heart. Check this for examples. Everyone says you have to accept Jesus in your heart. But if you don't understand that you are a trinity just like Jesus, and you have a belief that you are separate from Jesus, or that he's separate from God, the trinity isn't connected fully. But if you believe Jesus is God, you're still right. But then to fully accept the love in abundance and God in your heart, you have to believe or know that God is always with you. Every day. And remember you are a trinity, and that you can have your own personal relationship with God. The King James Version of the English Bible is meant to disempower humanity in the human heart, and tell you that you are separate from God, or that heaven is not this life. But truly you can accept your heaven on earth in this life by lining up with your inner self, higher self and true self with God. And by lining up to the win-win-win. You heal from all angles. You never have to make a sacrifice where everyone doesn't win, or it's not truly lined up with abundance. The win-win-win can also be applied to your heart, your mind, and your body. It's important to know the heart is the center of our emotions, not the brain. When connecting to the heart, it's important not to fully shut out the mind, because mind-heart harmony is something we have to work on every day. In this moment, ask your heart how you really feels. Give it time to tell you. Feel it. Now ask it what it needs. And meet those needs inside of your spirit with grace. You may even want to unplug completely from electronic devices, spend hours, days, or weeks doing what it takes to show yourself the love you deserve, so that you can heal and awaken your soul's higher purpose. Abundance is a resonance we can tune into. When we fully understand ourselves, we can better hold this frequency. Holding the frequency of abundance is very important when we are doing shadow work. To me, shadow work is when we are aware of a negative emotion, whether it is in the moment or an old emotion we pushed away, over and over. These emotions aren't actually negative. They may at times feel intense in our stomach, spine, chest, neck, or head. These are areas in our emotional body where these lower frequencies of energy gather. These are known as chakra points. They are categorized to separate each emotion. This way, we can take a deeper look at the situations in our lives that cause us to feel negatively about ourselves. When doing shadow work, it is important that we show ourselves the most love, where it's the most painful. This may be hard when we have shamed or feared this side of us, or feel guilt because we believe we are not worthy of love and forgiveness. Even right now, in any of your doubts, just know in your hearts, God is with you. God never ever left you. God is not a thing, but God is a part of everything, and a part of you. He is also spirit and so are we. God is not one, but oneness. This is why we are told to accept the Holy Spirit into our hearts. This is key to holding a frequency of abundance for ourselves to heal, and to be an example of an overflow, where we hold this healing energy as a space for others to heal, so they can learn the resonance and heal themselves too, and leave the matrix. You cannot push this process. Please remember to respect that not everyone is ready to allow the healing to take over, and not everyone wants to wake up. They may be scared or maybe even terrified to go through their mind and heart, and be alone with it. It's just energy in motion. In order to go through it and grow, we have to feel what needs to be healed and emotionally tell ourselves what the other part of us need to hear. These emotions that we've told ourselves are wrong are known as blocks in our emotional bodies. The other side of the pain you pushed away is a stronger you. It's like when we feel something we don't like, we tend to want to separate from it. So we push it by resisting it, and it's like a pendulum, and it always eventually swings full circle. Let yourselves become one with all happenings and ask life to show you what you are here for, and become the greatest version of you. Here are some things I like to say to ground myself and as a reminder to hold a prayer body for restoration of heaven on earth. I accept God and source energy into my heart now and forever. I accept divine spirit into my spirit and heart now and always. I accept all humans as equal. I will do my best to never withhold love from anyone. I know that everyone is deserving of love and healing, including myself. I forgive everyone in all realities and parallel universe, including myself. Especially myself. I forgive all who have trespassed me. I forgive those who have hurt me or tried to take my life, because they are also worthy of love, even though it feels scary. I have to remind myself that I must send love and forgiveness to all. I send healing light to all suffering places of the universe for illumination, for the light has illuminated the darkest parts of me, and I must shine it back outward, because healing is infinite, love is abundant, God is everything, and you are here to witness it all, and that is amazing. I love you all. Purple heart, green heart, rainbow, red triangle pointed up, red circle, red triangle pointed down, symbol, prayer beads. Do you want to hear the next one?